Good evening. At this time, we ask that you please silence all cell phones and other mobile devices for the remainder of the ceremony. Please rise and remain standing until the graduates have marched in. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to welcome you tonight to New River Community College's pinning ceremony for our practical nursing program. This is obviously a special night for our students you see sitting in front of you. It's also special for you families, friends, and representatives from the healthcare community who are present here today to celebrate your success. Before proceeding further, a special note of thanks is in order. Certainly, this program would not be possible without the opportunity for our students to obtain experience in clinical settings. Please let me express appreciation to the New River Valley hospitals and other healthcare facilities that serve as clinical settings for our practical nursing program. With your cooperation, our students gain the real-world experience that is essential in preparing them for a career in nursing. We deeply appreciate your support of our program. At this time, I would like to recognize representatives from our clinical agencies who are attending this evening. Please stand when I call your name. Karen Graham from Heritage Hall. Thank you. We want to express our gratitude to Carilion Clinic for purchasing the specially designed nursing pins that will be used in this ceremony. I would also like to recognize the Health Professions Practical Nursing Program faculty. Faculty, please stand when recognized. Melissa Rice, our part-time instructors, and some may not be here, Donna Davis, Alicia Lee, and Stephanie O'Brien. Our college board serves in an advisory capacity, and we are so lucky to have such dedicated board members serving our college. Please stand when recognized. In attendance tonight is Dr. Margaret Peggy DeWald-Link from Floyd County. A lifelong educator and person who is passionate about seeing students succeed. Dr. Pat Huber is New River Community College's 6th president. She announced that she will be retiring in December of this year, and we hope the best for her, and we will miss her greatly as she begins a new chapter in her life, retirement. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Dr. Pat Huber. All of these professionals have contributed to the success of this program, and we owe them a big thank you. That highlights some of the people behind our nursing programs, but now it's time to focus on our students. Students, you've traveled quite a path this year, haven't you? You have each had your own challenges to meet, and you've met them because you are sitting here today. I know you feel a great sense of excitement and maybe some relief, but also sadness that your time here is ending. We applaud you on your accomplishments and now encourage you to go out and make all of us proud, representing our practical nursing program. Please accept my congratulations and best wishes from the entire New River Community College family. At this time, I introduce Ms. Melissa Rice, New River Community College's Associate Professor of Practical Nursing, for the faculty address.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. There's several people, or several groups of people that I'd like to acknowledge today. First, by starting with showing my great gratitude for our president, Pat Huber, our vice president, Dr. Anderson, and of course our Dean of Health Professions, Helen Wolf. Without you guys, our program would not be as successful as it is. With your continued support, I know that we'll continue to grow and produce more and more better nurses. I can say, though, speaking for the 10 that are sitting here, that they also understand the importance behind your support. And without you, they would not be here celebrating their success. Now I'd like to turn over to the next group of people, and that is the families of our students. To our families, I don't have to remind you what you have given up supporting your person in getting to this moment. Today, you're celebrating your person, who may be your mom, who may be your child, your sister, your brother, your wife, your husband, your partner, and maybe your friend. It may have felt at times that you had suffered a loss during this last year, and at times you may have even been a patient or the guinea pig. Your dining room table has become the desk, the study area, the meeting place for the study group, and maybe even your homes were filled with echoes during the Zoom study group. But I would be willing to say that you can now perform an assessment, take vital signs, and maybe even complete some critical thinking. You have one more task to help them to endure, and that is the preparation for their NCLEX. These struggles you have had have paid off, and after today, not only do you get your person back, but you've also gained free medical care and advice. And now to the students. Today is about you. You have given up a lot to get to this day, but you did it. You adapted and you overcame lots of obstacles. But a year ago, you started writing your story. A year ago, in 2023, you began chapter 1 of that story. And I want you to remember, it's not the end, it's only the beginning. Now you're headed into your career, which is chapter 2. You have learned a lot through this adventure. You have learned that your ABCs are not the first 3 letters of the alphabet, but they are the basic for life, and without them, your patients will have poor outcomes. Then you have Maslow. Maslow taught you how to care for a patient, to prioritize their needs, all based on a simple triangle. He also taught you how to cringe every time you heard his name, because you can't answer a question without thinking about this man. Then you went to OB with Miss Davis. Sorry, Miss Davis, my mother. You learned from her that an engagement was not the promise of marriage, but actually when the baby moves into that mother's pelvis. Am I correct? I could go on about what you have learned, but we don't have enough time for all of those. But if there's anything that I could leave you with, is that to remember compassion. Compassion is defined as concern for the suffering and misfortune of others. Is that not a nurse? You must have compassion for your patients and their families, and even the people that you work with. You are their voice when they have no voice. You're their advocate when they cannot. You are their helping hands, and you will impact everyone you care for. I say all of that to say I just defined the nurse, what you're going to be. After all, everyone told you, or told me a year ago, that your pursuit of nursing was to help people. So I challenge each of you that each day that you give it your all, I know you will walk away and have frustrations. You will have aggravation. You'll even have sadness, and you'll even be pushed to your limits. You will end your shift some days physically and mentally exhausted. But when that happens, I challenge you to remember why you chose nursing. And actually, you didn't choose nursing. Nursing chose you. And I want you to think about some lyrics from Andra Day. In her song, she says, "Rise up. Rise like the day. Rise up unafraid. Rise up and do it 1,000 times again." That's who you are. That's who we are. We do this every day because we want to make a difference. So I send you with one more challenge: to never give up, even when the day or the world says you should. I challenge you to never stop learning. Nursing is always changing. You will find new and better ways to care for your patient, so be the change. Lastly, I welcome you to the profession. Protect it, hold each other accountable, and go out and conquer the world. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce your two student speakers. Starting first is India Quesenberry. Students, families, and friends were fortunate to have two of your classmates to deliver these keynote addresses. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about India. India is one of their, as I've said, class representatives. India was born in Christiansburg and currently lives with her husband, Charlie, who she's been married to for 6 years in Snowville. She is currently employed with Carilion Orthopedics and will remain there once she becomes licensed. So everybody, please welcome India.
Good evening, and thank you for coming. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives. Sorry. This year we have endured countless hours of lectures, late-night study sessions, clinical rotations, and perhaps a few moments of doubt and some tears. Yet through it all, we persevered. We supported each other, even if that meant doing laundry for other classmates. Hugs when they were needed, and we learned from our experiences and grew both personally and professionally. In our journey to becoming nurses, we have learned that nursing is not merely a job, it is a calling to serve others in their times of greatest need. It requires not only medical knowledge and technical skills, but also empathy, kindness, and the ability to connect with patients on a human level. We look ahead to the future. We recognize that the world needs nurses now more than ever. We are entering a profession that is constantly evolving, where new challenges and opportunities await us every day. Whether we find ourselves in hospitals, clinics, community health centers, or even on the front lines of global health crisis, we will carry with us the values instilled in us during our education: integrity, respect, advocacy, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Let us not forget the impact we have on the lives of others, whether it's holding a patient's hand during a difficult moment, comforting a family member, or advocating for better healthcare policies. Each of us has the power to make a difference. To our instructors, mentors, and support faculty, thank you for your guidance, wisdom, and patience. You have shaped us into the nurses we are today, and we are grateful for your unwavering support. To our families and friends, thank you for standing by us through this journey. Your love, encouragement, and understanding have been our anchor during the stormiest of seas. I want to say a special thank you to my wonderful husband, Charlie, for standing by my side through last year. Without your love and support, I could not have done this. I know I can be hard-headed and stubborn, and I get frustrated at times. Thank you for putting up with me no matter what. I love you. And to my fellow classmates, as we step into our new roles as licensed practical nurses, let us continue to uphold the highest standards of care. Let us embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. And let us always remember the profound impact that a single act of kindness can have on a patient's life. I would like to end with a prayer. Lord, give to our hearts compassion and understanding. Give to us wisdom and kindness. Give to our hands the skills and tenderness. Give to our ears the ability to listen. Give to our lips words of comfort. Give to us, Lord, strength for this selfless service. Amen.
Thank you, India. Our second speaker is Carly Rue. She was also one of the student representatives that was chosen by her peers. Carly is originally from Houston, Texas, and has been married to her husband, Matt, for 9 years, where they now reside in Narrows. Carly states, "My passion has always been in nursing." Everyone, please welcome Carly.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carly Rue, and I'm a part of the 2024 New River LPN cohort. As the pinning ceremony commences, I wanted to take a few moments of your time to say a few words. First, I would like to address our faculty. That includes educators, clinical instructors, preceptors, the Dean of Nursing, clinical planners, and the rest of the faculty of New River Community College. Our success in this program is just as much yours as it is ours. If it wasn't for the strategic curriculum, meticulous planning of clinical sites, structure of content and resources you have all provided us with, we wouldn't be here today. I want to thank each and every one of you for everything you have done to promote our education. You have provided us with the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is welcoming, supportive, and judgment-free. and I plan to make New River proud as we enter the nursing profession. Now, I want to thank everyone that has joined us today to celebrate our pinning ceremony. Each one of you have been a part of our success in this program. You have all supported us in some way, shape, or form. The only reason I'm standing here today is because of the incredible amount of love, encouragement, and patience my family and friends have provided me with since the beginning of this program. I was lucky enough to have a group of people that believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. So much so, some of them drove overnight all the way to Houston to be here tonight. These are just a few examples of ways everyone sitting in this room here today have helped us. Whether it be by words of encouragement, babysitting children while we're at clinicals, or even helping us study for exams. I'm sure my husband will agree with me on this one when I say that nursing school is stressful and can cause one or many mental breakdowns along the way. Many of you might have had a few yourself right there along with us. Each of you sitting here today have supported us in overcoming the immense amount of pressure and anxiety we have had since August of 2023. Nonetheless, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting us throughout the last year. I'd also like to acknowledge those who aren't here today. Many of my peers and myself have lost loved ones who had wanted nothing more to be here in this room with us tonight. While they are not here physically, they are cheering us on in their own ways. Finally, I want to address my fellow classmates. I want to thank each and every one of you for impacting my life during the last year. We came from all walks of life with different backgrounds. Some of us recently out of high school, some graduated decades ago. Some of us, like myself, are first generation college graduates. Some of us haven't spent much time in healthcare industry besides our yearly checkups. Others have spent years working in some sort of medical facility. The common denominator is that we all share the same dream. The dream is bettering ourselves, our families, our futures, and more importantly, our patients, by becoming the nurses we have always wanted to be. I remember anxiously walking into our very crowded classroom on the first day of school, not knowing a soul and being terrified. And now I look in this room and I see friends that I can't believe were ever strangers to me. I see peers I can count on and trust. I know I can speak for all of us when I say that we have spent countless hours studying, reviewing, and prepping to be here. We have spent hundreds of hours in clinical preparing ourselves to enter into our new professions. We have spent an embarrassing amount of money on energy drinks, coffee, and snacks to make it through this past year. All that being said, I want you all to know how grateful I am to be a part of this graduating class. We have learned how to adapt and overcome our everyday lives while making nursing school our top priority. Every single one of us in this class has worked a full or part-time job throughout the entire program and have managed to balance work, school, and children. We have all sacrificed time with family, friends, and our social lives to be here. The heartwarming empathy and support for each other during hard times and the profound compassion and dedication you have had to complete this career path only demonstrates the way we will care for our patients, families, and coworkers. I challenge us with a new goal. To strive to better the lives of our patients and their families by providing the best possible care. I truly am honored to be part of such an amazing program. As we stand here on the cusp of a new chapter, soon to be adorned with our nursing pins, we reflect not only on the knowledge gained, but also on the profound privilege and responsibility that comes with the title of nurse. Our pinning ceremony is not just a symbolic tradition. It represents our commitment to compassionate care, advocacy for our patients, and lifelong learning. Each pin we receive today is a testament to countless hours of study, the challenges we've overcame, and the sacrifices made through the journey. As we move forward, let us carry with us the values instilled in us throughout our education: integrity, empathy, and courage to advocate for those in need. Let us never forget this profound impact we can have on the lives of others, whether in moments of joy, sorrow, or uncertainty. I want each and every one of you to know that you should be proud of what you've accomplished in such a short amount of time. I would be lucky to work beside any one of you as a nurse. Congratulations, class of 2024. We did it.
Thank you, Carly. So the next person I would like to introduce, our next speaker, is the Dean of Health Professions, Helen Wolf. Just a little bit of information about Ms. Wolf. Ms. Wolf has been married to her husband, Danny, for 47 years. and they have one son. Ms. Wolf has been a nurse for over 50 years, and she began her career as an LPN, and interestingly, she received that LPN education here at New River Community College before she advanced to her RN. Ms. Wolf came to NRCC in 2019 with many years of providing education at the bedside, to becoming an education specialist to new graduates and new hires pursuing careers in the healthcare setting. I first met Ms. Wolf in 2016, and she was my point of contact at a clinical site when I was an adjunct clinical instructor here for New River Community College. Ms. Wolf brings many years of experience, knowledge, and leadership to our health professions program and to New River Community College. We are fortunate to have Ms. Wolf as our program dean. It is my pleasure to introduce our dean, Helen Wolf.
Thank you, Ms. Rice, for that introduction. She makes me sound old, doesn't she? I guess I am, compared to you guys. But anyway, this is about you. This evening is a continuation of over a century in America, celebrating the completion of nursing education with a pinning ceremony. It is a tradition within our nursing profession, a rite of passage from student to graduate nurse. This ceremony symbolizes your accomplishment and your commitment to the nursing profession. The pin that will be presented to you this evening symbolizes your journey. You have learned much, and I know that you have changed much. This is such a new and exciting beginning for you, and I challenge you to passionately embrace your nursing career and enjoy your professional journey. You will touch the lives of many patients, and you will also be touched by their lives. Care for your patients with compassion and empathy. Care for your patients like it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your husband, because it's truly somebody's loved one that you're caring for. As Florence Nightingale shared with her nursing students, you also need to take care of yourself. Nursing can be very stressful. Congratulations on your achievement, and I wish you best in nursing career. Will the practical nursing class of 2024 please stand? Please cross the stage to receive your nursing pin as I call your name. The students have prepared remarks that will be read. Please hold your remarks, please hold your applause until after each student's remarks. Ashley Diane Bland.
I would like to say thank you to my family and friends for all the overwhelming support and motivation you have shown me throughout my nursing journey. Also, to my husband, thank you for your patience and constant belief in me. To my sons, your smiles and hugs kept me motivated. I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took excuse. Florence Nightingale.
Isaac R. Booth.
I would like to thank God for calling me and allowing me to learn and gain the skills to become a nurse. Thank you to all my professors that have been a part of my journey. Thank you to all those that have supported and encouraged me. Thanks to all my classmates. Thank you, my wife, for your love, support, for being by my side through this all.
Stephanie Aaron Brissell.
I want to thank my husband, Joshua, my parents, Terry and Gail, my sister, Amanda, and my in-laws, Mark and Susan, for their love and support they have shown me while I have been in school. I would also like to thank my instructors, especially Mrs. Rice, for all your help encouragement, and even tough love. I would not have succeeded without the help and support of all these wonderful individuals.
Carrie Lynn Doby.
Thank you to all my incredible friends and family that have supported me through this journey and who will no doubt continue to support me as I go. Thank you to my amazing instructors, Mrs. O'Brien, Mrs. Rice, Mrs. Davis, Dr. Reed, and Mrs. Goodman, for teaching me all the skills I will need in my future endeavors. I couldn't have done it without you all.
Victoria Lynn Duncan.
To my parents, words cannot express how grateful I am to have you. Thank you for always being there for me and helping me get through this journey. To my friends, I am grateful for your presence in my life and for your countless memories we have created together. Thank you for being a true friend, especially during this significant milestone. To my instructors, thank you for pushing me to reach my potential and for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. To my classmates, may your cup runneth over, unless it's that urine specimen cup you're trying to hand me. May your blessings be abundant.
Caitlin Brooke Hancock.
When I first started nursing school, I wasn't sure how I was going to finish. After the hardest 12 months of my life, I am so glad I decided to stick to it and push through it. I love nursing, and there is nothing else I would rather do. Thank you to my instructors for my family, my partner, and my friends I made along the way. I wouldn't have been able to make it without your love and support.
India Rose Quessenberry.
When you're a nurse, you know that every day you will touch a life or a life will touch yours.
Carly Rue.
Today, we celebrate not just our achievements, but our commitment to compassionate care and lifelong learning. Thank you to all who supported us on this journey. Here's to the class of 2024, proud nurses ready to adapt and overcome.
Alexis Lane Thompson.
I want to thank all the faculty and staff for their contribution to my success. Without them, I wouldn't have gained the confidence I have in my skills and personal development as a student. I want to express my gratitude to my family for their unwavering love and support during my time in school. Without you, I never would have reached this point. Thank you for believing in me, holding me up, and giving me courage to keep going. As many of you know, my father was one of the biggest inspirations that led me here. He may not be in the room, but he does have the greatest seat, no doubt about it. Not only did I set out on this journey to commemorate him, but also to make a difference. To my peers, I am so proud of you all. We worked incredibly hard to stand where we do today. From student nurse to LPN, we made it.
Aber Nicola Williams.
I could say nursing school was tears-free, but that would be a fib. I want to thank everyone who supported me throughout this journey. Let's go show this world what wonderful nurses we have become.
The blessing of the heads is another special aspect of our ceremony. It is symbolic representation of how the hands of a nurse are used to deliver care and compassion. Dr. Graham Mitchell will be facilitating this beautiful experience. Dr. Mitchell is professor of psychology and religion at the college.
Thank you. And congratulations to you. I look forward to meeting you. I'm sure we will. You know, when you start getting on in years, you begin to know your nurses and your doctors by a first-name basis. And I look forward to seeing you at some point. At least I hope I do. It depends upon how you come at me with needles and that kind of stuff. I'd like you to pause just for a moment. And I want you to take a look at your hands. Just take a look at them. Those hands have been through a lot. Those hands that you are looking at, they have strengths, they have scars, they have beauty. And I want you to remember today that it is those hands that you are looking at today that do the work of love in this world. Your hands are powerful because they can hold somebody else's hands. Your hands can type emails to politicians or sign cards of consolation or cards of congratulation. Your hands may patiently teach or quilt works of beauty or write words urging peace. Your hands may bathe children, feed elders, nurse the ill, work the earth, organize communities. Your hands clasp in prayer, open in release, grasp in solidarity, clench in righteous anger. Your hands in many ways are God's hands. Your hands, a great mystery of flesh and intention, a great potential of embodied love. So we come tonight to the healing work of your hands. Each of you brings unique gifts and a unique self to the various tasks that you are going to do. And we come to celebrate your call and to celebrate your gifts and to remember that your life's calling is to bring healing to people who come to you. Through blessing your hands, we acknowledge that your hands are holy hands given to divine purposes. This blessing symbolizes the belief in the sacredness of our everyday lives and our everyday work. Your ability to touch someone with your hands is a great and a powerful gift. I'm reminded of the story of a group of nurses and doctors who took vacation time to complete a mission trip to the Polynesian islands. Their mission? Find and treat lepers living in the squalor of the leper camps. One day, they visited a camp and heard about a man who was very sick and was living in a makeshift shelter way away from the general population. They searched for him and they found him, and indeed, he was in pitiful shape. His wounds were bleeding and oozing pus, and his body was racked by infections that would surely take his life. The nurses gently lifted him out of his shelter and carried him to their makeshift hospital, where they began to gently undress the poor man, soaking his clothes in saline solution so they could unstick them from his skin. But the man began sobbing almost hysterically. And the nurses, in consternation, immediately stopped their work, wondering what had so disturbed this man. You see, leprosy destroys nerves, and they were sure he couldn't feel anything. There was no pain in what they were doing. Once he was calm enough to speak, he assured them he felt no pain. But he said, this was the first time in 20 years that he had experienced human touch, and he was overcome with emotion. He died later that week, but he died with the comforting touch of those who had compassion and love. Your hands may well give the first human touch to a newborn child. Your hands will touch and bring healing to those who are sick. Your hands may be the last hands to touch and to comfort those who are dying. So you have power in your hands. As I said before, a divine power And today you've come to have those hands blessed as you continue to do the work of healing with hearts of compassion and loving kindness. So I'd like for you all, please, to stand as nurses. Everyone else can remain seated, just the nurses. And I'd like for you to come up over here, and you'll be met at the front here. And you are going to receive the blessing of your hands. When you come to the person who's going to be standing with you, hold your hands out before you, palms up, and receive the blessing of your hands today. And may you feel the touch of the divine, the anointing of your hands to the ministry of healing. I'd like for the audience, please, to stand, and nurses, if you'll remain seated, please. Everyone else, if you will stand with me. And as we bring this evening to a conclusion, I'm going to ask for those of you who are standing to help me tonight. We want to give a blessing to these people who are seated before us, people of whom we are really proud, and for whom we hope only the very best. So if you would you stretch out a hand towards them? And as you are doing that, give to them those thoughts, those ideas, those blessings that are really strong in your heart towards them. Let us pray together. Creator, healer, and comforter, you've called these nurses to affirm the dedication of their lives to a ministry of healing and comforting. May their hands be your hands, bringing healing to those they touch. O healer and sustainer, May they understand the privilege of joining hands with those in pain and suffering, of walking with them at the very heart of their lives. Help them never to use their hands to push away those who are in need. Help them instead to reach for you in moments of calm, moments of frustration, moments of anxiety, moments of peace, moments of grief, and those moments of joy. Bless their hearts and their hands, and guide them to use their hands and hearts to make whole a world that is broken. Amen. You please remain standing as the graduates will move from here.